Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Geoff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yeah, season 20, episode 2.
Yes. The old lady gang.
Yeah.
I didn't gather from whatever Gina was saying that they were all going to dress up like old ladies.
We saw the trailer, though.
You think I remember things from week to week? I do not remember things from week to week.
I've seen it like in the trailer multiple times. I saw like it's in my feed because I follow Tamra and she's posting about it Tuesday.
I mean, I think I see these things, but I don't connect the dots necessarily that they're going to be in specific episodes. Like, is it back? Which franchise is going to be dressing up as like old? Oh, that was this one. I thought they were going to be dressing up as like old timey. Anyway, I'm thinking of something else. But never mind.
Thinking of Atlanta doing the Traders.
Yes, probably. Yes. But either way, I digress.
Yes.
I haven't done it in a while, and so I'm going to thank people for finding us.
Okay.
So thank you for finding us. If you're just joining us, we appreciate it. We are the Husbands Watching Housewives, and we are each other's husbands, and we watch the Housewives. It's a very simple, straightforward concept for a show. So thank you for finding us. Please like and subscribe wherever you did find us. Get us on social media, TikTok at Husbands Watching, and everywhere else at Husbands Watching Housewives. That's that spiel. If you're listening from Norway, thank you. We hear we're really big in Norway. It seems like a strange place to be big in. I don't know what's appealing about us. It might be that we know someone who moved to Norway. It has to be that.
Well, we a friend that's not super close anymore, and
maybe. I don't know, but that's why I thought we were good in New Zealand for a while, because Tyler lives down there and everything, and must be telling his friends, but not like he watches Housewives.
Yeah.
But either way, whatever appeal we're bringing, thank you.
Yes.
It's a mystery to us, which I'm sure it's a mystery to you as well.
Holding a mystery.
Yes, we are regular Sarah McLachlan's over here. So, but on with this Orange County episode.
Yes.
So, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah. So it kicked off with old lady party.
Sorry. I just figured this is our third year doing this, and I just figured out how we could like put our notes on the screen that's been in front of us every time we do this. So now we don't have to refer to our phones, and if we forget where we're at.
Now I'm like, let me hold on. Yeah.
Maybe that's what made us endearing, is that we just truly seemed hapless. So now that we can actually read what we talked about, I don't know.
Not so hapless. Yeah.
Not so hapless. Didn't start off with the party though. They were like, there's stuff before that.
Well, it was they went to work out, and it was Gina and Shannon and Jenn and blah, blah, blah.
At a weird bungee workout place.
Yes, that was just perfect for Shannon to fall down.
Yeah.
That's all it was meant for, Shannon to fall down. And then her whole montage of her falling down and talking about her balance issues. No duh.
Right.
And
not a big surprise.
Yes.
Well, I think it's funny, and I know you're going to roll your eyes, but like I've actually been talking to my coworker at work about balance issues. Like I walked in on her and she was like standing at she has one of those lift up desks.
So she crouched in the corner.
No. She was standing at her desk, which it lifts up, but she didn't have it raised. But she's like standing on her tippy toes, being all tall. And I was like, I made the dumb joke, your desk goes up. And she explained to me that like, as we get older, we need to work on our balance. And it's, even if you just do like a minute or two a day on your tippy toes, like if you can do that without wavering, you're in good shape.
Uh-huh.
But then she started showing me like other exercises to do your balance. And I have horrible balance. And so it kind of hit home. Like, Shannon talking about it, really, truly, it's going to help millions. It's going to reach people who didn't know that they needed to work on their balance. No, but that's something that, like, as she gets older, especially, like, you don't want to fall and break a hip, that sort of thing.
Exactly. That's why all these falls, I truly believe that it's a really part of her shtick. And, when she fell in the sand, she knew she had like a soft landing.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't have done that stuff on asphalt.
So you're saying she's hamming it up?
Yes, very much so.
And that we're worried that she's going to take it one step too far and hurt herself while hamming it up.
Exactly. Because it's like, this is what people know me for on the show. And it's like, you can evolve and grow and walk normally without falling down, Shannon. So...
All right.
Yeah.
So, well, before I thought we were being a little bit, judgy about it, but now that I know it's coming from a place of concern, that we really want to make sure that Shannon Medore just keeps on giving us.
It's not worth it. A broken hip's not worth it.
No, it's not. But yeah, no, when I was watching that whole workout scene, I was just like, how many more, kitschy or like kind of trendy workout sessions can a housewife show go to?
I'm surprised they weren't like silks and they weren't like doing Cirque du Soleil.
Right.
And just, while doing Pilates at the same time and yoga with a sound bath and
at an old Hollywood party.
All the things.
Yeah. No, I'm curious like what the actual like benefit of that workout would be, and like if you were taking it seriously.
The resistance, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. And they just have you run like in place and try to like beat the bungee.
Honey, I just get on the treadmill and I call it a day.
Yeah. Well, you got to take it to the next level.
If I could prove to lose some gut, yeah, sure, I'd do it.
Give that a try. Maybe that's what's holding me back, is that I just haven't found the right bungee gym to go to.
Well, you know what? Speaking of old people, I walk by the old people doing water aerobics every day, every time I go to the gym. And I always think, that'd be kind of fun. Because you're just like, in a pool and it's cool and you're not getting...
You know what I can get behind? I can get behind us going to old people water aerobics and being the youngest ones there.
For sure.
That'd be awesome.
Like, I doubt there's an age cap. I think it's more so like...
just your own shame.
You can only be so old and not... It's making sure that you don't drown in the pool.
Right.
But yeah, I think it'd be kind of like fun just to be like, yeah, I'm splashing around. Not just splashing around, obviously.
You take it seriously.
Yes. But I would do it.
We should look into that.
Yeah.
That might get me to go. I also want to find a reason to get into the pool. Like, I would like to actually try to swim at the gym, but since I don't really know how to swim, I taught myself. I just feel like if I were to get in the lane next to someone who's like seriously swimming and they're doing the whole like, swim, and I'm over there basically dog paddling through the water, that they'd be like, fool, what the hell are you doing here?
I don't think anyone's judging. This is not the Olympic diving pool or swimming pool.
Yeah, but you're right. And also the gym that we go to, there's no room for judgment.
No, we're laid back.
Yeah, we're totally laid back. This town's so laid back.
We're laid back.
So we are getting
practically horizontal. So yes, with this whole conversation about the party then leads to a conversation about Heather and Tamra and the last party they went to, a very expensive party, which Heather reminded us, yes, it was $75,000, but like, you're rich and it's really tacky to talk about how much money you spent on the damn party.
Agreed, 100%.
Also, the food looked like it was just sliders. I mean, was the heart like $50,000?
I think the bounce house was filled with champagne. It must have been.
Staff and like the venue, but it was like a little like
30% service charges. You know how it all goes.
Yes, I do. That tax will get you. But Jenn feels bad for causing drama between Heather and Tamra.
I mean, I know it seems more like she felt bad that she was caught causing drama.
What was interesting is that it was a very she said of like Jenn saying like Heather keeps talking about Tamra and she feels like she can't say it to her face. Meanwhile, Heather's like, Jenn keeps talking to me about Tamra and that's making me,
answer. Yeah.
Yes. And so like they're both accusing each other of like bringing up the Tamra of it all.
I mean, at least the editors were on Heather's side of showing enough support that it does seem as though Jenn is constantly trying to get Heather to talk about Tamra. And I mean, Heather could, be like, hey, I don't want to talk about Tamra. She doesn't have to indulge Heather or Jenn in all these conversations. She could just be like, no, I don't want to talk about it. Mm-hmm. But she does because she wants to cause shit. So
it's just like, it seems like it's all, as Emily said, we all talk shit about Tamra. And so it's like, what is this? Is this like a group chat? Is it a brunch? Why are you so focused on Tamra? I wouldn't be. If I don't like somebody, I'm just like, get them away from me. I don't want to talk about them.
Right. I mean, we've talked about this before. We all have in our different friend groups that one friend that everyone just has to talk about because everyone's trying to either figure out like why the hell are they so weird, why are they that way, but it's one of those things where it's like the more you talk about them, the more power it gives them, and you just find yourself like we're all irritated or find something off-putting about this relationship, but yet all we can do is talk about it. Mm-hmm. It's like you got to take the power away from it.
Was he involved in the crypto murder? I mean,
exactly. See, we're friends with Charlie on that. Yeah. What's that show? Next Gen.
It sounds like a saying. Oh, he's a friend of Charlie.
Yes.
But not, yeah.
Tamra and Heather go to dinner?
Yes.
And they talk about the same thing, kind of the other side of that coin.
It becomes, Heather being her usual Heather stuff. I don't like your behavior, but that doesn't mean I don't like you. It's really a whole love the sin or hate the sin situation.
Yeah.
And, I love you as a historical friend, and I have you in my historical friend box, and I love you, but I don't like how you treat people.
All this talk from Heather about like her putting different people in different boxes, and they're all different boxes and everything. It's like, because, there's some things you like about people, then some things you don't like about people. In my mind was screaming basically, I have to do a lot of mental gymnastics when I meet people who don't have similar political views as I do, because otherwise I'm going to scream.
Well,
and among other things.
Or someone who is such good friends with Gretchen. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It just seemed like a cop-out, frankly, for her to be...
It was a lot of word salad.
Yes.
And just say, I don't... As we saw in the clip, she said, I don't trust you with my feelings. And that was from last year. I feel like she still doesn't.
No, absolutely.
She's still wary of Tamra and do I keep her close? Is it a whole keep your enemies close kind of thing? But she's not my enemy. She's actually my friend. I don't get the friendship. I don't think when the chips are down, either one of them are calling the other one to be like, oh my God, you're my rock.
I agree.
My sister.
I just think it shows that Heather doesn't have a lot of, or at least that we've seen on the show, has a lot of actual friendships. That the friendships she has are more likely transactional than anything else.
The friendships she has are off this show.
Right.
The fact that she has 1 foot out of Orange County at all times.
But
she is just not trying to mess with these girls.
It's so weird.
Really deep level.
Other franchises, even if someone's they're not best of friends with their other castmates, you at least see or get some sort of idea that they have other friends. With Heather, you don't, maybe it's Orange County in general, we don't see that. We don't see that they have friends outside the show. But for Heather, it seems like maybe she doesn't. I don't know.
She's also an awkward individual. Heather would not be good at Ultimate Girls Trip. She would not, I feel, fit in with the other women from other cities.
Yeah.
And I feel even on her own cast, she's awkward. When she said to Jenn, everyone else is a buddy, because you put yourself in a box.
Right.
And and others feel like, oh, I can't get too close, and maybe that has to do with her upbringing and her mom, whatever. We'll get deeper into that as the season goes on. But there's something about her that she has never really been copacetic with the other women.
I can't remember which podcast we were listening to or clip that I saw, but someone reminded me that Heather's mom is 84.
Yeah.
That woman looks amazing.
Exactly.
It didn't occur to me at the time that Heather's of a certain age and her mother must obviously be some amount of years older than her, but they look like they're the exact same age, the two of them. In fact, her mother looks maybe younger than Heather does, facially, But yeah, I was just blown away by that when I connected those dots.
Her face does not, I don't know about the rest of her, but her face does not scream 84.
I don't want to think about the rest of her, but it's a weird way of putting it, but thank you.
I think, you look at someone's hands.
Oh, right. Yeah, her neck and her face look young. But hands.
Sweaters for days.
Yeah. I have this spot on my hand. I'm going to be an old 80-year-old.
As long as you make it there.
Oh, 80 or just as long as I get to 80?
80 is not my cap. My cap is indefinite.
Okay, so 80 and beyond.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
So then we come to Emily and Shane taking a photo shoot for a podcast that doesn't exist yet.
It's like a fashion show of no fashion.
That's the weirdest thing ever. I get that she's setting it up for this show, but then to be in fact, we're going to go upstairs and record our first episodes. There's no
sure of the show. I think they just okay, their whole show is about talking about true crime stuff or the latest legal cases, of the day, and because they're both lawyers, and so they don't need a separate one for women who are killed by their husbands or vice versa.
Right.
So I'm sure it was just incorporate all into the same thing. What I will say about this podcast thing, they to this day are still connected in some way to 2Ts, because we both subscribe to 2Ts, and whenever an episode of Legally Brunette comes out, it seems as if it's a 2T's episode.
Right.
It pops up as a notification 2T's. And then it's oh no, it's either Legally Brunette, or it's for me the ads.
Yeah. Oh, well, I get the ads as well. Yeah. And you're like, I don't want to listen to either of those.
Exactly.
We listened to Emily's podcast once.
We did.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just very dry, and we're not necessarily into true crime or.
Right. If I wanted to go into true crime, it wouldn't be through her.
Right.
Yes.
Like the legal side of things I enjoy is like the Bravo docket. Like that's the sort of stuff I'll listen to when I want to know more, because it's specifically about the inner workings of all these shows. So
true crime, it would just be like, probably for me like a one-off of like I had heard about something and it's about a case I care about, but I wouldn't, go through multiple episodes of like one podcast that's devoted to true crime, because that's not really my
right.
Yeah, I'll watch a documentary like a mofo, but
I think the only time I got you to listen to Serial, and we did a drive down to LA once.
Right.
So
wow.
That was S-Town.
What was that about?
It was the one about the guy in Alabama.
What was that about?
The weird redneck gay guy in Alabama who I don't even remember anymore, but yeah.
Like Tiger King?
It wasn't. No, it's not nearly as ridiculous as Tiger King. So, but yeah. Anyway, this whole thing with this podcast is ridiculous, and I think it was definitely just an excuse for Emily to say on camera to like put into words that like why she was mad at Tamra and like blame it all on that, about the way she disrespected her podcast at the reunion, which is complete bullshit.
Okay, and also she's like so offended as if like Tamra talked about her children.
Right.
No, like. Our phone's trying to find what keeps saying podcast.
Oh,
it's like my phone's trying to find one. No, the podcast, it's fine. It's nothing to write home about.
Yeah,
like Tamra's not jealous of it. That made me laugh out loud. Like, girl, Tamra's up here, okay, with 2 T's and her whole podcast empire. But
empire is a strong word, but network we'll go with.
Yeah. But like just. Emily was so butthurt about it, and that hit a nerve because she got real pissed at the reunion. Oh, I just spit, sorry. And Tamra knew that was going to hit a nerve, and I would like to see the numbers. Well, I'm saying, show me some receipts, Emily.
Just in general, I think Tamra's a little too kiss the ring about you should be more grateful, but at the same time, Emily could be more grateful.
Yes.
Like Emily makes it seem as though she would have the exposure, like that her podcast would have gotten in front of as many people had she not been part of Tamra's
Let's go back
thing.
One more. Emily had a podcast with Teddy for a bit. That's how that all started.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And she also like guested on 2 T's, I think, when Tamra was away. She like recapped some Housewives with her.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like Emily just came out of nowhere with her own podcast and somehow got connected to TT's.
Right.
She's been connected since day one. So yeah, you could be like, thank you, that was so nice, whatever. You gave us a start. And by the end of the episode, Tamra was like, look, you're doing great. That's great. You're making me money. And also, it's a great podcast.
TBD.
Yeah. So let's, we're both successful in our own way with the dueling. I'm sure Andy, who just freaking hates like Housewives of podcasts, and really loved this storyline.
Well, as long as Emily's is outside the Housewives world of the Bravo sphere, I'm sure he's like, at least finally someone has one that's not all about, And
remember they said like the Rhode Island girls, like, don't start your own podcast.
Yeah.
So.
Very true. What do our notes say? Oh, how does Shannon get to know Carmella? I forget that.
They go shopping.
They did? Where'd they go shopping?
At some little boutique, and Carmella was telling about her whole situation.
Carmella told us everything about so many situations.
Okay. Let me just say, I like Carmella a lot.
I don't know if I like her a lot, but I like her.
I like her. Until she proves otherwise, I'm down with her. She seemed really interesting.
See, I never
sense of humor about herself.
Definitely, but I never thought I would be saying this, especially only 2 episodes in. I never thought I'd be kind of agreeing with Vicky, and like, what the hell's going on? Like,
the hell of it is, yeah.
There's so much going on with her that you're like, I can see why someone would get confused talking to her. Like, you're not divorced, but your husband cheated on you, and your boyfriend cheated on you. You're still with it. Like, what? Huh? What? Like, it does get confusing
because there's a lot of information, which I think is interesting that she, before anyone could download stuff for her, she downloaded all of her stuff for the group So if you went digging, it's like, oh, I already know this because she told me.
So I was seeing something on Reddit. She was on another reality show as well.
She might have, because she was involved with the
Labor of Love or something.
Oh,
was that a show? Labor of Love?
Maybe like a.
No, it wasn't.
What's the other one? TLC?
I think it's a TLC one. It's one of the ones we've heard of for sure. I should have paid more attention, especially knowing that I was going to be doing a podcast tonight about this show. But yeah, she's a previous reality show star.
Well, I could totally see it. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. But she had a lot of weird stuff going on.
Well, to go from being a playmate to WWE, I could see like reality being like the next step.
Yeah.
And also being married to a football player.
Yeah.
So, her situation. One, I like that she revealed everything. Two, it is very complicated that she's still married to her husband and she found out 10 years ago or something like that he was cheating and stayed with him because she didn't want to split up the family. But
she explained that basically
be 50-50.
Yeah, she didn't want to be forced into a custody arrangement by legally. So like they're able to manage on their own and it's never really come to that.
But it seems like the kids, what Vicky objected to is the kids bouncing between Orange County and San Diego.
I don't know. Vicky seemed to object to the fact that there was just something unconventional going on.
Well,
there wasn't a very easily definable, this is where we stand in life.
That's true.
It's going to teach your kids that they don't need to have standard. And it's like, Vicky, what are you so pressed about? These aren't your kids. Well, you have nothing to do with them. Just let them live their life. This is clearly working for them. It's been 10 years.
Well, it's hilarious that Vicky is very pressed about people being traditional when she herself has been married multiple times, had some really doozy of a boyfriend, a real doozy of a boyfriend, and
it's really
on this reality show.
It's really odd how people suddenly get really sanctimonious about the sanctity of marriage when they themselves have never
right
marriage and family. When
we went into the whole the dawn of it all and how she cheated on him with Brooks and how she should never have divorced him and wrecked that family.
If they keep on with these little micro throwbacks to different stuff where they show they clearly were just showing brought up Dawn and all this stuff so they could show the family van scene.
Yes.
And I was like, oh brothers,
Havasu.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need this.
Yes. Or they're throwing out certain catchphrases of multiple partners and
I mean that's kind of cute because that seemed like in the moment Heather at least threw that out there. But they don't need to cut to the thing where this is what I said at the first time.
I get it. It's 20 years.
It's like if this entire season is going to be a giant clip show, I don't know that I need to keep watching. But
I don't think it'll be a clip show, but definitely there will be these flashbacks. But yes, but this is why you have Carmella, so it's not the entire same cast, and we're getting some fresh air. Right. I think that's what I like about her. It's not recycled air like with the other women that we're going to get with their storylines. It's like, oh, you're what? You're who? I was surprised she was still married to this dude, the football player, yet separated.
Jeff
Garcia.
Yep.
And she has a not so new guy they've been off and on because he also cheated, just like her husband. So it's a really messy situation. And there's these 4 kids. And I love that she was like, I didn't like kids.
Yeah. I thought they were
gross. But now I have.
Yeah.
Honey.
It seemed like a pretty normal family relationship. The girls were given enough, sass back to her.
That part of things.
The fact that her son wasn't at track practice where he was supposed to be and all that stuff. Whatever. It just it could be so much worse. And so the fact that Vicky's clutching her pearls about it, I'm like, okay. And it's only going to clutch them harder if this previews tell us anything.
Vicky always hates New Girl. She's bound and determined to hate Bella. Period. What I wasn't clutching my pearls, but I was irked or about was that her daughter just said girl. I was like, no, that's your mother.
That was a lot of talking back.
And her kid was a bit sassy too when he came home. I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, oh, I'm a helicopter mom and I'm very involved and but I don't want them to want to be super strict like my mother was with me and yada, yada, yada.
I mean, that could just be their rapport, though. I mean, think about our friends and the way, their daughters talk to them.
Right, that's true.
So, it could just be an inside thing. And, when the rubber hits the road, they get serious and, make it work.
Rubber hits the road.
I'm just using weird corporate cliches. You know, when it gets down to the nitty gritty, the heart of the matter, they've got it all covered.
Whatever. I'm no one's girl. But
girl.
But Shannon liked her, so
oh well.
I think the other girls like her. I hear that Gina will not.
Oh.
And you got a little bit like when they're talking about the whole real estate thing, and Gina's like, "What?" She says is something totally different, and because Gina is straight up real estate, whereas Carmella is
more of a developer. Yeah. Well, does everything probably. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's the thing. And I don't know, like, it seemed like, who brought it up to Gina? Was it Shannon who brought it up?
Yes.
Whoever brought it up to her made it seem like, oh, you guys, you know, oh, you got a competition. And like, Gina's like, no, it's two totally different things. And also, it's fine. If Gina just wants to sell, you know, middle class real estate,
well, for
fine.
One, you hear the word on the street. She's
well, but regardless, like you can have a perfectly fine, respectable real estate job without trying to be, you know, like have your own agency and sell these multi-million-dollar houses.
Right, everyone can be the agency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, someone has to be like, I don't want to. So the real estate agent who listed our house we live in, when we were looking, I'm telling this to the audience because you'll remember this story. We were at another open house in town and someone said, oh, you bought that one. And they ended up saying, oh, I never heard of them, but I hear she sells a lot of trailer homes.
No, she had heard of her, and that's why she was throwing some shade.
Yeah, but hearing real estate agents shade each other, it's pretty fucking good, I mean, I have to say. But so, I mean, it's just a thing. Like, you don't have to try to be selling $1 million house every time. You can make money, and there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm not like, you know, shaming her game. I'm just saying what the word on the street was. By the word on the street, we're talking about Katie Janela's podcast.
Oh, right.
Which talks some mad shit.
Yeah. What's the name of that one called?
Bravo's Most Wanted.
Bravo's Most Wanted, like, they were insulting people's mothering. Like, there are two things that are off limits, and that's children and the way people parent. But they were going after it.
It was getting to a line that was like, oh.
I mean, it didn't make me like literally uncomfortable, but it made me uncomfortable in the context of when the Bravo world, you just don't do that.
Right.
Like the one compliment you give everyone is they're great mothers.
She's a great mother.
Whether you mean it or not, you just say it.
Yeah. Everyone's a great mother.
And you never talk about the children, but they were coming for Jen's parenting. It was maybe justified. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I just assume that the people that know them in real life know more than we do because we're just fans.
Right, because they're boots on the ground in Southern California.
Yeah, that's where the rubber hits the road. We should move on. Sorry, Tamra is still irked by Emily.
Because she talks to Vicky about the whole situation, and Vicky is so bored by it. I love it. Like, if it's not about Vicky, Vicky's like, nah, don't care.
I mean, that's consistent.
Yeah.
Very consistent.
Yeah. Basically, they talk about like the Heather situation and the Emily situation. It's basically a whole like recap, and yeah. But Vicky also seemed to be saying to Tamra that I think she views Heather as more of like a surface friend. Vicky does. Okay. And she was trying to get Tamra like to say the same thing, and Tamra's whole thing was more so like, I don't know if she really likes me, or you know, if it's like because I think Tamra legitimately likes Heather. Mm-hmm. I think she just feels, you know, Heather kind of downplays their friendship because she wants to be cool with the other girls,
right? Which
really sucks because, you know, when you're on an island, but at least it's not totally on an island because now she has Vicky, but it's not so great.
Yeah.
Not a good feeling.
What, you know, I do honestly think from what we've heard of Tamra and Heather off camera is that I think Tamra thinks that Heather's her friend and maybe Heather does not, like you just said. Uh-huh. Like, because what was it with the whole thing a couple of years ago where Heather walked into the restaurant and was like, oh, you're with Dumb and Dumber or whatever, and she made that like remark. Right. And it seemed like the sort of thing that you'd say because Heather was with some of her friends and they were kind of stopping by the table.
BravoCon. Yeah. What happened at BravoCon?
Yes.
It was Tamra's first season back, and she referred to, yes, Heather was bad mouthing somebody. Right. And I think Tamra repeated it.
And see, that's my guess is that maybe Heather was thinking, oh, we'd still be friends if like you could just keep your mouth shut and like be cool when you need to be cool.
I don't trust you with my feelings. It means that I can't talk mad shit without you exposing me on a podcast or on a TV show
or whenever it suits you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because Tamra is one to, you know, drop a bomb. But I will say that Alexis has said, we should call this episode Podcast. On Carlos King's podcast, Alexis has said that Tamra has been a good friend to her in this new iteration of their friendship. And that she's told her a lot of things that Tamra's not repeated. So I think Tamra can be a good friend off camera.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though, is I think that any of us, when it comes time to perform and be on, like, you know, there's probably some things that if I were like on a tear and a roll here, I'd make some good jokes at your expense that I wouldn't do when we were not recording.
Or if you felt hurt, then it's easy to like
right
go there.
Take that the other way. Yeah. Exactly. So
it's just like how low you go. And they all seem to think that Tamra goes super low, but I feel like she could go way
I
lower.
think she can go. I think she's showing great restraint.
Yes.
Great
restraint.
Take
it to hell and back.
I mean, I think that's maybe where they might actually have some good... A lot of these women, not just Heather and Tamra, might actually have some good friendships if they met up once or twice when they're not filming. Because I think that if Heather and Tamra's circles might overlap, but if they don't actually do that when they're not filming, then they don't get a chance to experience what that's like.
These days, Heather's in LA and Tamra's in Big Bear if they're not filming.
Right.
So I don't think there's a lot of get-togethers without a camera there.
And meanwhile, Gina, Emily, and Jenn are just still in Orange County.
Yes.
They have no second home. No kidding.
Not no second home.
I don't know why I'm being shady. We summer in the Hamptons.
I mean, you have a second home.
Oh, that's true. My brothers just live there, so my teenage wallpaper is still on the walls. But we should move on.
Right.
Vicky discusses her relationship. We already touched on that.
That she ran to Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
She was Steve.
That's when they got the flashback of the family van and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm relying on this too much. I should not.
Okay, so basically let's go to the
let's see what the old lady looks, though.
Yes.
Not connecting the dots that they were all getting old ladied for this party, which makes so much sense. Because at the point when when Emily showed up, I was like, well, why isn't she dressed up? I was like, oh, surprise party. And that's the whole joke because she's old.
The surprise is that, because she knew that there was a part of the surprise was that they're all going to be dressed like old ladies.
Right.
Yes.
I also thought that Gina's choice of words once Emily showed up, she's like, well, I wanted to make sure you were the prettiest one here, as though the only way Emily could be the prettiest one there is if they all dressed like hags.
I didn't think of it that way, but basically that's back.
It kind of was. But I thought they all looked pretty amazing.
Yes.
Like I think Tamra took the cake because...
Oh, for sure. She went there, for sure.
With the diaper and then just the kind of old lady fucked up makeup was just
right, and
perfect.
her leopard print.
Yeah.
Whereas like Gina's dowdy.
Yeah.
Vicky did look like Mama from Mama's Family. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Shannon did look like a Kennedy.
Right.
And
Heather looked glamorously like Cruella DeVille. Yes. I agree.
Jen was just like, I'm going to put some rollers in my hair and put on a dowdy sweater.
Yeah.
Jen just half-asses life.
I just feel like she didn't know exactly what the assignment was.
Correct.
But they all did look amazing.
Yes.
Like it made
me... Carmella.
Oh, yeah.
Booty, yeah.
I forgot about the big booty. That's the thing, though, is like, we complain all the time about them doing these tired old tropes. This is the first time we've seen old lady
Correct.
party.
It could have been like, oh, it's, you're older, so let's do an old Hollywood party.
Yeah. Exactly. Or like, we're just going to do an over the hill party and like, we're going to have a funeral for you, things like that.
We're going to do a disco party because you were born in the 70s.
I'm just saying, I'm turning 50 in a year or so. So maybe we do that for my 50th birthday party.
Just as old people?
Yeah, no. We do it. Not that we have, the problem is we don't have glam, so we couldn't have someone make us up real easily.
Right. That wasn't like, Tamra in her bathroom, like.
She wasn't like, Eddie, will you give me a hand real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, mama. That's Eddie.
That's totally Eddie, because, he's gay.
They better flash back to that when Vicky was saying that.
I know.
That rumor.
Right. So dumb.
Vic. So yes, Hamburger Mary's. If
you were just a patron there that day,
I would be like, what the hell is going on? I just came here for a nice relaxing drag bingo and here are the damn Real Housewives of Orange County. Also, after the whole like Gretchen thing of like, bringing up that, oh, she can't be homophobic. She had a drag Tupperware party to go to like,
it does seem like it's very convenient for them and performative to be like, oh, look, image rehab for sure. Yeah.
For drag queens.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the same way they're going to go to an Asian country later this season to rejuvenate that, to recover that image. So
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Emily gets there, and then they play the bingo, and then they like talk whole like, what are some life lessons we can pass on to Emily?
This reminds me of the life lessons they passed on to Jenn at her wedding shower that Shannon threw last season, where like Heather had the same, sort of prophetic, like she's, doing a Shakespeare soliloquy on camera for the housewives. So I was like, is this a trope that they do?
Your body's gonna change. Don't get caught up in that, or like something to that effect.
Right. Yeah. Which, it's
so
true.
Like, I mean, yes, I'm sure, you change, but you're still great, and, like younger than ever, and yada, 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 and age is just a number, and it's all in your head. But there's a lot of sayings they can like toss out there.
Yeah.
But,
But, I think there's, an element of truth to it, and I think, it's good to get out there to the masses, because as I'm approaching 50, and everyone says, oh, when you're 40 life is over, but things change, and 40 isn't the death sentence it used to be.
Right. Well,
the same way 50, 60 isn't either. Like, people are going out and experiencing life much later and much longer than they used to. So just to get caught up on the fact that, oh no, I'm 50.
Right. Well, so this whole franchise was built on women of a certain age. It wasn't, about like 20-somethings, the real 20-somethings of OC. It was like, these are women, 40s, 50s, whatever, and they're still viable people,
right? And
they have lives, and they're interesting, and they're worthy of a show. So yeah, like, you shouldn't feel, just because you're turning 50 that's all there is.
Also, I mean, Emily didn't necessarily seem to express a lot of frustration over the fact that she's turning 50. Like, she may have said it, but like, it didn't really seem to be.
She seemed more like, I'm tired,
right?
Which I think could be, with her son's medical issues, and also I'm not sure, we're definitely getting into later on in the season
with Shane,
their issues. So more so, it's like maybe people around her making her tired, but she's okay.
Right.
Just leave her alone so she can take a nap.
I have to say that, like, I know we've only been married 4 years, together for 9. I like, if you ever do that Shane thing to me, where it's like, well, I've learned to lay down a lot because I'm married to you. It's like, oh, please don't.
It's hokey and cliche.
It's hokey, and like, I just don't ever want that to be a reality. Like, if that even starts to turn into our reality, we need to like shift gears and do something different.
Well,
because that's just so like, ugh.
It's passive aggressive. It's lame, and it's also just shows you're not communicating.
Right.
That's what I think so many issues are with people. And with people in marriages, that they just aren't talking to one another and hearing one another, and letting things like fester and not dealing with it. And then here you are in a bad place in your marriage. And it's like, if you just like had the conversation years ago, you wouldn't be where you are currently.
Right. I mean, I get that there's, an element of like, well, I could have had that conversation years ago, but I missed the boat on it. And so now if I bring it up, it just seems like I've been sitting on it for 4 years. So there's never a right time to bring it up again. I see how that can become a problem, but that's just the sort of thing where like,
well, it's because you're now still in this shitty ass.
Yeah. You gotta bite the bullet and just be like, look, I know there's a better time to discuss this, but I think we shouldn't be sitting here being like, oh, our marriage is so great.
Is it? Well, it is.
How dare you? No,
Sorry, it is.
Our marriage is fine, but like we may not have experienced these things that a lot of other longer marriages have, and that might be due to the short tenure of our marriage, and maybe we will feel these things a little bit more. But I have to think that you're right. Like, we've always been really good at communicating with each other, and like I could never let it go early on in our relationship where like I could tell something was pissing you off. Let's talk about it. Because like we could have let it fester, and then I don't think we'd be together right now, because it would have just been like.
And there's no like, we're not talking to one another for days. I can't imagine for days not talking to someone and living in the same house with them. Like, what is that?
Well, see, I can imagine if we had kids and you're just busy with the kids, and like your ship's sailing in the night, and like, like if you get pissed off and then your ship's sailing in the night for a few days, I can see that happening. But I just, we make it a very big priority to make sure we discuss shit that bothers us.
Yeah.
Just because it's just no fun. It's just not even fun isn't even the right word.
It's anxiety.
Right.
It's also awkwardness, which we don't like.
It's unnecessary anxiety that we would just be like festering on and like thinking and like eventually that festering turns into, well, fuck that guy, and
also it seeps over to other areas and you're like, you're pissed at work. You're pissed when you're hanging out with your friends trying to have fun.
Right.
It's just like, and then it's just like, everyone's like, what's going on? Nothing going on.
Then you're pissed at the rice. It's boiling in the pot and you're just like, oh, you're just screaming at whatever's going on in front of you. So yeah.
That's the rice in the pot.
I know. It's just not. But rice didn't do anything. Well, it boiled over. Got the side of the pot all foamy and every time. So, but yeah, Emily and Shane, they're gonna be going through it this season, it seems. But are they just going through it for a storyline?
Men are for Mars, women are for Venus. Like they're just never on the same page or at the same height level. I love when he's like, "Is that box for me to stand on?" There's a photo shoot.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, deadpan in a weird way.
Yeah. But yeah, moral of the story, because we have friends who do it too. And, it's always tongue in cheek, it seems. But this whole like when Emily said to him, like, well, that just means I'm going to be rolling over and like laying down for it. And he's like, well, yeah, I do it all the time. How do you think we're still married? It's just like, okay. So you're basically just placating the important relationships in your life and not standing up for your feelings and what you want. Well, in that case, you owe all this to yourself.
Yeah.
You have no one else to blame but yourself.
Yes. No, you dug this grave.
I'm going to go for just dug this hole, but you could go ahead and take it all the way to the very end and be like, you did it to yourself, dumb fuck.
That dumb fuck is aimed at Shane, not Emily.
Anyway,
so we have two makeups at the end where Jenn and Heather talk about their issue and go back and forth, and they bore Vicky about the Tamra of it all. And the Tamra's like, I'm right here, and you're talking about me as if I'm not.
Yeah.
And the boxes and the whatever, and Jenn saying like, well, if Heather's saying this about Tamra, what she's saying about me, probably a lot of shit. Girl.
Oh yeah.
I just do not buy this whole thing of like Jenn and Heather being all buddy. Not at all.
No.
At all. Where Jen's like, I talked about my friend Heather. I'm like, why would you do that?
Well, I mean,
when have you and Ryan double dated with Terry and Heather? I'm going to say never.
So that's the thing. I guess without Gretchen this season, Jenn has no friend really on the show.
Well, she and Shannon are close.
Okay. And then I guess Shane and Emily and Gina, perhaps. But you'd think that they would start things
what
there.
Over? I don't know.
I don't know what they might have bonded over. But you're right. You'd think that Jenn would be like, what I should do is be showing my friendship over here. But instead she's trying to make Heather her,
it's almost
story.
Like you got close just so you could fall out and have a story.
Yeah. It's weird.
I don't know.
And then I don't know that I mean...
Like,
no, I was about to say, I don't know that I'm looking forward to any of Jen's other storyline that we're seeing, like her drama with her kids.
And I'm not into kid drama.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, because as long as I've watched Housewives, I know a lot of the shows started out this way, and maybe that's why they've always been doing it with Jenn, because that's one of her things. She has such a large family.
Yeah, but I think it's like the well is dry with the Ryan stuff. And so for legal reasons, they probably shouldn't go there. So she can't be like, oh, Ryan and I, da-da-da.
I'd rather not have it at all then. I'd rather not have any of her home life.
Then you just don't have Jenn.
And
she's not a very interesting character.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, we haven't seen it yet, so I'm definitely jumping the gun and, rushing to judgment. But I just don't want her kids to be featured on the show, whether they're adult or not. Like, I just don't think that, they're not why Jenn was hired. Oh, I got a speeding ticket, and oh, I got that. It's whatever their drama
also,
is.
It goes back to, it seems, especially from the preview we see, that it goes back to the breakup of her marriage, which she has beaten herself up for seasons.
Yeah.
And I don't need to go back to that of, you made a mistake, you, much like Vicky and Dawn, you wrecked he played a part too,
right?
But you the kids are now in a broken home, and maybe they're acting out because of that.
Right. I mean, I'm sure the guilt is tremendous as a parent, to think that you put your kids through this, or that something you did caused your children to behave or react a certain way. I get it. But like, this is your life now. Like, I'm not saying don't cry over spilled milk, because I'd cry over it all the time. But like, I don't know.
I hope they're in therapy. I think that's what they need. Some like family therapy. That's just my like.
Yeah, no, I mean for their own well-being.
But it just seems like if they are indeed still upset about the divorce, then maybe we need to get into the deeper issues.
And if they're not truly upset about the divorce and they're just saying it's for the show, then I don't like that either, for sure.
I feel like her kids seem uncomfortable when they're on camera too.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just being teenagers and like not wanting to be on your mom's old lady show about Real Housewives. So,
yeah.
I don't know. We'll get down that road further. But for now, Heather and Jenn seem to make up, mainly because Jenn apologized.
Right.
And
then Emily and Tamra.
Yeah, which we've already discussed that. So they're fine.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. I brought it up very early in this episode, the fact that Vicky didn't make an appearance until like the second or third mid-episode, it's like a second or third act or in a break.
When she got there.
I guess, but like if they're going to go ahead and make this big whoop-to-do about Vicky coming back, and I don't know Vicky, I've never really watched a season with her, I would expect her to be front and center of every episode. Like they need to make her like the Heather Gay of the whatever season of Salt Lake. They need to make her ever present
because she's very self-centered. So I think she is going to be heavily featured. It's just that for whatever reason, she also works a shit ton. So she's probably like, look, I got to do this. I just got off literally. So what's funny, she just left Girls Trip and went straight into filming this season.
Okay.
So she's probably like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
But here's my thing. This is what you signed up for. Like, if we're going to if you're going to force feed us all this Vicky's back shit, then Vicky needs to be back. And you got to be on.
Well, I think they get into it more with we see in the trailer of her, like, will she not get engaged? He says he has a ring, but he won't give it to her. That's weird.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I don't want this. I'm bored by that already. So
you're bored like Vicky's bored with other storylines.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then she fights with Carmella, and then she and Heather, I think, eventually are going to get into it. So there's going to be stuff for her to do.
I think what I'm saying is that I want Bravo to wow me with Vicky Gunvalson. Like, if you're going to be like, Vicky Gunvalson is the end-all, be-all OG of Housewives.
The originator. She birthed it all.
We couldn't do season 20 without her.
Correct.
Then I need to be wowed by her. And I'm not saying that in any, like, I'm a man. I'm just saying, like, as a viewer, I need to be impressed by this person because Bravo has just laid it on thick that Vicky is the answer to all of this.
Correct. She's going to have to like work, which I think she will eventually. And we're just in episode 2. What's funny for me is that I am more impressed by the new girl, Carmella, and I care more so about getting to know. You don't really love getting to know people on these shows.
No. Just back it up. Getting to know people, period.
That's true. That's me. I don't want to. I got enough friends. I'm good. But for some reason, like everything else seems so recycled, and I'm like, oh, what's this Carmella? Oh, this is very complicated. I like this.
Okay,
she so far seems like a nice, kind of cool person, and she's got enough going on, and it's not stale. It's
No, I can see that for sure.
I want to have more scenes with the boyfriend. I like the husband to eventually make an appearance, perhaps.
I mean, he was on the phone. We heard his voice. So,
right.
I mean, we'll probably see him. He wasn't blurred out in the family photos.
That's true. So he's willing to.
His girlfriend was.
Oh, that's right. His girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
When are they ever going to get divorced then?
I don't think they're ever planning. Probably when the last kid turns 18 is my guess.
What a limbo.
There's probably some insurance situation somewhere.
It's like who hasn't gotten divorced?
Oh, you're right. Oh, no, they haven't gotten married on Rhode Island.
Right.
The opposite situation.
Right.
The opposite.
Yes.
So, yeah, no, I think That's interesting that you are gravitating towards the non-recycled stuff. I think I'm also curious because, as we talked with besties last week, nothing seems special about this season. Like, this does just seem recycled, but I'm somehow more excited that it's back on than I am for like other franchises that we've watched. Like even Rhode Island, like I know Rhode Island was good, but like I'm still just like, oh, it just feels comfortable, and the familiarity of it, I'm just like, okay, I do want to see where they take it.
Yes, but you can't coast on comfort. There has to be new things. But I think there will be.
Yeah.
We're episode 2. We gotta like tamper our expectations.
And also, I think because of the whole thing with Beverly Hills, like, oh, it's so boring. It's so boring. I don't want to just give up on something because it's not promising to be rip roar and excitement every minute of the day.
No, I'm ready for like some more intensity. To go on a Las Vegas trip. You know, there's I think
there's drama.
Yeah, like Vicky's going to try to attempt to have a reconciliation with Tamra and Shannon. So there's things to
look forward to. Yeah. Well, I've dragged this on long enough. I apologize.
No, I don't.
No, but we've talked about it a lot, and I think we've covered everything. So we'll talk it all about next time.
Until next time.